Well, hey there, everybody. Thanks for clicking this video. Paul M. Newberger, the founder and CEO of the C-Suite for Christ movement, coming at you here. And really appreciate your interest in joining forces with us to cover every square inch of this world in Christ. We are looking for a few good corporate partners, individuals and organizations that share the same ideologies that we do, that want to be on the front lines of covering every square inch of this world in Christ. And maybe you might be a good addition to what we're putting together. A couple of quick things in this informational video that I just want to make you aware of. Number one, why is C-Suite for Christ growing at the rate that we are? Well, I would say it really has to do with our three non-negotiables, and they are this. Number one, the C-Suite for Christ movement boldly and unapologetically has a 100% biblical worldview. We stand on the gospel, and this is vitally important in this day and age because according to a recent Barna study, if you can believe this, only 6% of U.S. Christian adults, not U.S. adults, not U.S. secular adults, but U.S. Christian adults, only 6% of them have a biblical worldview. Kind of makes you wonder what these other Christians are believing, doesn't it? We firmly stand on the gospel, and we give our members and our stakeholders nothing but the pure word of Jesus Christ. So number one, we have a 100% biblical worldview. Number two, we are not a networking group primarily. We are not a professional development organization primarily. So you might be asking, well, then what the heck are you? Well, we like to tell people we are a spiritual gas station. We're a place where individuals get to go at least once a month to lay it all down at the foot of the cross, to unburden themselves, to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to really share what's on their minds. And very few Christian business executives have an oasis like that, a safe place like that. And that's what C-Suite for Christ is. We get together not so much to pass business, although it happens, not so much to exchange business cards. Again, although that happens, we get together to pray over each other, to disciple one another, to breathe life into each other's weary souls. You kind of stumble in with your spiritual gas tank on E. You leave whistling Dixie with your spiritual gas tank on F. And then last but not least, the third non-negotiable with respect to C-Suite for Christ is, and if you've seen our social media posts or you've looked at us on the web, you'll have seen this. It is our stated mission to cover every square inch of this world in Christ. And that is so much more than a clever marketing slogan. It is 100% totally rooted in the Great Commission. When Jesus ascended into heaven, he told his followers to go into all the world and make disciples of all nations. Not only if they felt like it, not only if they had nothing better to do, not only if it was safe for them to do so. After all, it ain't the great suggestion. It ain't the great recommendation. We don't have a choice in the matter. And I think today far too many Christians have been far too silent for far too long. That stops here, and that stops with us. So we want to bring Christ into the marketplace, and we believe one of the greatest ministry fields on earth is the office, is the boardroom. And we encourage, educate, and inspire one another to create Christ-centric corporate cultures. Those are our non-negotiables, and that is why C-Suite for Christ is accelerating at this amazing rate. How can I prove it? All you got to do is look at the C-Suite for Christ LinkedIn business page. Look at all the followers we have. It makes us one of the most iconic Christian brands on that entire platform. In addition to that, you look at some of these other metrics. We are getting over 13 million post impressions and growing every single month. We've got a lot of eyes on us. We have a podcast that's in the top 2% of all podcasts on the planet. Our radio show covering the world in Christ with yours truly on iHeartMedia is one of the most popular faith-based programs on their entire platform. We've got a show on SiriusXM. SiriusXM has just under 35 million subscribers, one of the largest Christian media companies on the planet. Right Now Media has multiple shows of C-Suite for Christ behind their paywall. Our email distribution list has almost 100,000 top executives, and the list goes on and on and on. Why do I tell you this? Because this could be amazing exposure for you as a potential corporate partner. Our group, real quick, what is it about our group? Our group, sure, these numbers are great, the numbers that I just shared with you from a quantifiable perspective, but from a quality perspective, our group is on fire for Jesus Christ. Our overall engagement rate on LinkedIn is one of the highest engagement rates for any Christian company on their entire platform. I can share more information on that if you're interested. They have communicated that with us. Our group gets engaged. Our group is all over social media, like as I said, from that high participation percentage. But the other thing that makes our group special, in addition to all of these big numbers, our group likes to reward individuals and organizations with their business who elect to partner with us. Why? Because you've got this negative stereotype out there. They tell you, don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion or Jesus Christ in the workplace. Why do they tell you that? They tell you that because supposedly that's controversial. Supposedly it's going to turn some people off. Supposedly it's going to cost you business because some of your clients or some of your prospects might not be philosophically aligned with you. Our large international movement is on just the opposite side of the spectrum. We want to start rewarding individuals and organizations with our business, with our money, for boldly and unapologetically creating these Christ-centric corporate cultures. And if that can start with us, we all need insurance. Why don't we do insurance with a Christian company? We all need banking. Why don't we do banking with a Christian company? We all need professional coaching or financial advising or real estate services. So why don't we do that kind of business with an individual and organization who's boldly and unapologetically keeping Christ firmly at the center of all that they do? At C-Suite for Christ, that's how we are going to turn the tide, and that's how we are going to squash that negative stereotype once and for all. So with that being said, it's my prayer that you will elect to become a C-Suite for Christ corporate partner. I'd love to share some additional information. I'd love to get to know you better personally. I'd love to get to know you, your organization, a little bit better professionally, because all of our corporate partnerships are totally customized to bring you value, to help you overcome challenges, to help you surpass some of these roadblocks or stumbling blocks that you may be going through. So we'd just love to have a conversation with you, would love to get to know you better and see what kind of value we could offer you and how together we could cover every square inch of this world in Christ. So if you want some additional information, send me an email. It's on the bottom of your screen right here. Would love to learn more about you. Would love to put together some customized opportunities just for you, because we're better together, we're stronger together, and boy howdy, we're going to cover this world in Christ together. Thank you for watching this video. I can't wait to hear from you, and looking forward to having you join us on the front lines of covering this world in Christ. God bless you, everybody. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.